Oh.
Does she need to scan us?
He said he'd do that at the end.
Okay.
Are we waiting for Mallory?
We have enough people now.
Just go ahead and get started.
Hello, I'm Tyler Garles, and today I will be giving a speech about health screenings and diabetes. The name of my speech is Get Screened, Prevention is the Cure. Some of the best quotes were said by Benjamin Franklin. Many of us probably remember our grandparents saying that a penny saved is a penny earned, but he said so many more than that. One quote that I like to live by is that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. These are indeed healthy words to live by. When I asked my class in speech how many of them thought exercise was important, only a few did, while most of them only found themselves to be moderately healthy. It's no lie that America has a health problem. And that is why it is my goal today to persuade all of you to go out and get a health screening. You may be wondering, what is a health screening? In truth, there are actually many different types of health screenings. In the class survey that I did, I was able to gather that most of my classmates do seek their annual checkups, which can be good for general health. However, other screenings could help detect STDs in a patient. We often hear about cancer screenings as we age, and you can also have your cholesterol evaluated, of which may have actually saved my life. Because of high cholesterol, the doctors were able to test me for diabetes. At the time, I weighed 240 pounds. I went to the doctor because of a severe sunburn, which is when he noticed that I had had a heavy weight gain in a short period of time. That is when he urged me to go get a health screening. In that health screening, my cholesterol was over 800, and my blood glucose was 300 points over the regular level. That's very bad. But being able to find that I was diabetic, we prevented me from having a stroke or even having a heart attack, which I was just on the teeter edge of having. Stroke and heart attacks are extreme risk for diabetics. Now at this moment, you've probably realized that I'm going to focus a lot on diabetes in my speech. And there's a good reason for that. Diabetes remains the 7th highest killer in the United States, according to the American Association of Diabetes. In 2012, nearly 30 million Americans were known or thought to have diabetes. Out of that 30 million, 8 million were undiagnosed. Now that's 1 in 10 people, nearly, with diabetes. Now look around the room. There's nearly 10 of us, and there is 1 of us with diabetes. That's pretty amazing to think that we in this room are a statistic. Now, a brief description of diabetes is a high or low abundance of sugar in the bloodstream, and your body's ability to break it down and come to equilibrium with insulin. Now, in my case, my body still produces insulin, it just doesn't know how to use it. So I'm able to take a tablet so that I can flush out that excess sugar. Not everybody can. Type 1 diabetes, they don't create insulin at all. They have to take insulin shots. Now, you may already be pre-diabetic. According to Medline Plus, it is possible that one of you may be pre-diabetic if you experience often thirst or often urination. Maybe you feel lethargic most of the time or have waves of blurry eyesight. Maybe you've had sudden weight gain or sudden weight loss without trying either one. That's probably a good sign that you might want to get checked. And now is the time to get checked, because as you get older, your risk will escalate, and the symptoms, they appear very slowly, so they kind of go under the radar. Now, long ago, doctors used to taste test urine to see the sweetness level to find if there was sugar in your urine. Now what this did was gave us an idea of whether or not you were diabetic. If it was sweet, you were very high in sugar. Luckily for the doctors, medical science has evolved. Now we take an A1C test. Now the A1C test is essentially a 3-month average given at one time of your blood sugar, and with a 6 being 6 or lower being normal. Now, if you are worried at this point, there's probably a good reason. However, allow me to take some of that worry away. If you are worried about the cost of a health screening, then you're in luck. According to the government website Health Finder, many health screenings are actually paid by healthcare insurance. Depending on your plan, you may be eligible for discounts towards your monthly payment. And also, because of the Affordable Health Care Act, many plans are required to cover many of the tests that weren't covered before. Now, in my class survey that I did, I noticed that many of the takers do go to the doctor. However, not many of their questions were answered by their doctor. And they felt that their doctors didn't quite listen. Well, you can kind of avoid that by preparing yourself for your health screening. Put together a family history. You can have a bunch of questions already listed, so when you go in there, you know what to ask. And also, find a healthcare provider that you enjoy and that you can have a conversation with. Now, in conclusion, I hope you will consider my personal experience as a success story in health screenings, because they are a lifesaver. They can detect serious conditions such as diabetes before they cause something worse like stroke or heart attack. And it is possible that anyone here could be at risk of a serious condition. A test is only a few dollars dropped in a hat compared to a lifetime problem, and most tests are already covered by your insurance. Finally, make a checklist to help you ask questions. Now, with what we've covered today, I do urge all of you to go get a health screening, because prevention truly is the best cure. Thank you.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now, can you please state your names and ages?
I'm Caitlin Cruiser, and I am 22. Holzberger, I'm 33.
Thank you.
Holly Manning, 19. Mackenzie Tukowski, 19.
Either one.
Julie Fallberg, 35.
Kai Bray, 19.
Carrie Smith, 28. Jamie Young, 31.
Thank you very much for listening to my speech today. Have a wonderful day.